Our trip with the cruise ship Amsterdam of the Holland America line from Buenos Aires to the Falkland Islands takes 3 nights and 2 days. We are leaving Buenos Aires late in the afternoon and are having a delightful dinner still in daylight. After a wonderful sunset, we are enjoying a dance and a show produced by the crew.
You've been a great audience, so please sure to cheer them on. They were great, you were a great audience with us here on the ship. Thank you very much.
The next day brings us plenty of sunshine and a lot of activity in the pool. Dinner today is on deck and consists of a great barbecue. Particularly busy are the barmen who fully meet the expectations of the passengers. The next morning is much cooler and many deck chairs remain unoccupied, and the pool at stern is empty. In the course of the afternoon, the sea is getting rougher and our ship already rocks considerably. It is therefore not surprising that the lounges on our ship stay empty. Finally, the following morning we arrive at the Falkland Islands. The main locality here, Port Stanley, has no moorage for a ship of our size, and we are therefore anchoring in the bay. This also means that we need to be carried to the island by tender. The population of the Falkland Islands is about 3,000, of which about 2,000 live in Port Stanley. In addition, there is a military presence of about 1,500. The islands were discovered in 1592 by an Englishman, but it took until 1690 that they were visited for the first time by Captain John Strong. Since 1833, the islands are under English administration, but were occupied by Argentina in 1982, which led to the Falkland War. The first thing which we see here is not surprisingly an English pub. Next to the post office are 2 very typical English phone booths. The houses here are very low and adapted to the constant high winds. This is the home of the only newspaper, the Penguin News. A number of houses are typically English with their tiny English garden. The Anglican Church calls itself the most southern cathedral of the world. Construction was terminated in 1903. There is also a Catholic church which dates back to 1899. The islands consist of creaky hills with protruding boulders. It is cold, windy, and rain-laden. The average yearly temperature here is only about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Along the coast there are some large sand beaches where we can observe from a distance a colony of penguins. In the cliffs of the coast live and breed numerous birds. There are more than 60 species of birds on these islands. Numerous signs warn of buried landmines from the Falkland War and keep us from approaching the penguins. No trees or bushes grow on the 200 Falkland Islands. The constant wind blowing over the hillside is too harsh. Some herbs add some color to the weather-beaten soil. A rusty cannon reminds us of the 1982 war. Our visit is coming to its end and we have to return to the ship. Until very recently, the main revenue of the islands, in the absence of any industry, was sheep breeding. In the meantime, the main income is now from the sale of fishing licenses. This could, however, change if the recent oil exploration should turn out to be successful. Our tenders are being hauled on board, which is a work of precision. Soon we are again on our way south into the Antarctica. It is with some excitement that in some distance we sight our first iceberg, but this is another adventure which we shall report in a separate film.